Insurance for when there's a hitch in the trailer hitch. Tennesseans know that sometimes life has its loose ends.
Good thing we had that trailer added.
Know that Farm Bureau Insurance is there to help. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
6:02, getting us started on this Wednesday morning. Happy Hump Day. We got Julie, Krista, and Lee joining us this morning. Lee, I did not forget the camel today, buddy. We do have Ed Rupp coming up here in just a few minutes. I don't know why it just happened, but there we go. We're going to show you a nice little time lapse from Hardin Valley yesterday. Had a mix of sun and clouds, that northwesterly flow kind of taking shape around the area. Turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous day. We'll talk high temperatures in a second. Some of my most favorite clouds right there. Fair weather cumulus clouds, a few high clouds as well, just kind of drifting in that northwesterly flow pattern. And then out there this morning, we had a nice sunset last night as well. Out there this morning in Hardin Valley, a live look now, and everything's doing just fine here to get the day started. So no complaints whatsoever as we start this Wednesday morning. And it's halfway through the work week. Now, listen, and we do have a couple of disturbances still expected to swing on into the area, but I'm not anticipating a whole lot of activity here as we progress through the day today. Now, as we get into the weekend, there's a different story. I've got a few more maps to share with you this morning as well, talking about the fuel potential or the storm potential and the fuel and how that all kind of lines up with the cold front swinging through Sunday. That could bring us some isolated strong to even severe storms. Now, yesterday, we made it to 74 degrees. I like to check myself every once in a while. I looked at my temperatures yesterday. I was only going 70. So we actually warmed to 74 yesterday, 67 in Crossville, 78 in Chattanooga, and 69 in the Tri-Cities community. All right, so mostly sunny skies, gusty northwesterly wind, not as windy as it was yesterday. Yesterday was extremely windy at times and super gusty. So a little bit less wind, a little bit warmer weather today. And I take that back. Yesterday we were at 70. Today is the cool day. Today is Wednesday. So today is the coolest day over the next 7 days. And then we have a nice little big warm up. Yeah, that makes sense, Witcher. A nice warm up as we wrap up the week and head into the weekend. But as we get into the weekend, we do have a chance for maybe some showers Saturday night and a Sunday morning. Got a wave moving its way through. Probably going to be minimal impact to our weekend plans, really. Most of the rain's likely to come through during the overnight hours or at least past sundown, maybe. And then Sunday, we're talking about a cold front that's going to blast its way on through. We do have a severe weather potential so far that we'll highlight coming up here in just a few minutes. All right, let's take it to the radar recap over the last 3 hours. See that northwesterly flow. Look at Indiana, Ohio. I should say Illinois, Indiana. Got a little wave moving its way through. So that's going to increase our clouds again throughout the day. Nice little weak disturbance. But other than that, no big deal. We've got clear skies, a nice sunrise that's going to take shape this morning. And by the way, if you did not see my evening forecast yesterday, big shout out to the town of Clinton this morning, because I will be able to share with you my brand new live East Tennessee weather camera in downtown Clinton. Now, it's not online yet. We'll be getting more. We're working on that. I got to take them some equipment here today. So I'll be in downtown Clinton. If you see me in downtown, come say hi. All right, here we go. So nothing showing up with the radar recap. We've got some nice sunshine out there that's going to take place here for the morning hours. Again, the wind's not going to be as strong as it was yesterday. Still looking about, say 10, 15, 20 mile per hour gusts at times. But it is still going to be a breezy day. And due to the fact, though, that we have some drier air in place, well, the National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement once again for elevated fire danger. Winds are going to be out of the northwest anywhere from 5 to 10, but gusting to 25 in the valley. And where we do have the red flag warning, we're talking about northwesterly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to about 35 at times as well. So, good morning, Carol. We got Deborah joining us this morning, as well as Linda. Good morning, Linda. How are you this morning? All right, so we do have that elevated fire danger, so something to kind of keep in mind. It's not going to be as windy and breezy as it was yesterday, but still one of those days that you just don't want to burn if you don't have to. And make sure that you check in with the authorities in your counties, because every county is different. Not quite sure where the burn bans are, if we do actually have some burn bans in place this morning or throughout the day today. All right, so morning temperatures are 30s and 40s, which for the most part is a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday. Negligible, really. So it's a nice, cool start to the day. You'll need the light jackets as you head out this morning, but you'll be able to shed those jackets throughout the day. Lunchtime temperatures aren't going to be bad. Still cool in the shade, getting the direct sunlight, and you're like, okay, this feels good. This feels good. And then our temperatures today, well, we're going to be in the 60s, 50s and 60s. Likely to stay in the mid to upper 50s from, say, Hawkins, Hancock County, kind of clipping their Hambling County. So Julie in Whitesburg, you may not make it out of the 50s today, or right around 60 anyways. But if you're joining us from, say, Saudi Daisy, Dayton, Athens, Chattanooga, Cleveland, the Southern Valley, we've got temps in the upper 60s to low 70s here as we get into the afternoon. We'll cut it in the middle, and we'll go mid-60s here in Knoxville, which is average for this time of the year. Even if you have evening plans, see if I can get the words out. It's going to be a great night to enjoy some baseball or soccer outdoors. Of course, the light jacket may be necessary because if we have that breeze, if you're in the shade, you're going to feel every single bit of that. All right, let's talk rain chances here. Good morning, Chris. How are you? And we got Rachel joining us this morning as well. So Thursday into Friday, maybe a weak little wave's going to bring us about a 10, 20% chance for maybe a couple of spotty showers. I'm not expecting much, but notice your Saturday rainfall forecast anyways, because now we are talking rain, we're not talking snow. 30% Saturday, that's probably going to be after about 6, 7 o'clock at night. 50% chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. So maybe Sunday morning, some lingering showers. And then as we get into Sunday afternoon and evening, the rain chances start to ramp up through the day. So either way you look at it, I don't think it's going to be a washout of a weekend at all. But we do have that severe weather potential on Sunday. So let's talk about it. Thunderstorm potential, what you're looking at for you weather nerds out there. We were looking at CAPE, or convective available potential energy. This is buoyancy in the atmosphere. You got to have buoyancy in the atmosphere to get storms to really fire up. And we have quite a bit of it. So it's likely that we could see some thunderstorms fire if we start to get other ingredients to take shape. One of those other ingredients would be higher dew points. Anything over 55 degrees for a dew point, and you have CAPE and unstable air in place, that leads to the instability in the atmosphere. And so with all that said, we've talked about this yesterday. I want to break this down because this actually updated again during my morning weather update. So let me highlight this for you. This is going to be tomorrow, okay? And then this is actually not tomorrow. I'm sorry. This is Sunday. And this is, and then you add that to Monday. So this is our Sunday severe weather potential. Notice East Tennessee underneath that risk. And then you add in Sunday into Monday and Monday into Tuesday, and that risk shifts its way to the southeastern U.S. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. So we do have that severe weather potential. Now that's a 15% probability. So what they're saying basically is there's, within 25 miles of any given point in that area, we could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. So we'll watch that potential and see how the storm kind of shapes up. It does look like it is going to pack a punch across the southeastern U.S., and so I'll be talking about that in the coming days, of course, as well. All right, so rainfall amounts over the weekend. Well, this is your 7-day stretch, but the heaviest rain is going to come through as we get into our, say Sunday, Monday, and I think we have the potential of seeing a half an inch to maybe even higher amounts if we get some of those thunderstorms to really start to fire up. So let's highlight that weekend forecast. Increasing clouds with a chance of rain late in the day and through the overnight hours. So maybe a few lingering light rain showers Sunday morning. As we get into or closer to the weekend, we'll get into our high-resolution model forecasting, and we'll have a little bit better idea of the timing, or is it going to be affecting your morning travel plans or outdoor plans on Sunday morning, or if you're heading off to church. I'll keep you posted on that. Then Sunday, it's still going to be warm. It's going to be windy. Atmosphere recovers from the morning rain showers, or at least the overnight rain. Unstable air and higher dew points move on in, and a cold front settles on in. And that's going to bring us increasing chances for wind, showers, and thunderstorms, and again, the potential, anyways, for some isolated strong or even severe storms. So I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans here this weekend. That's my point of the story is we're going to be warm. It's breezy over the next couple of days, a little gustier on Fridays. That next little wave swings through. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday into Tuesday, we're going to elevate those rain chances with scattered showers and thunderstorms Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and through the early overnight hours. We may see another round Monday afternoon with the actual cold front as it swings through, and that actual cold front will drop our temperatures on Tuesday. But you can see an average high for this time of year, 64. So really not expecting a big cool down back behind this cold front. Let's see. Aaron says, "Yay, Aaron! You're finally here." Well, guess what? You made it just in time because, of course, we got to talk about those TDOT cameras and the maps. So as we take you outside here this morning, checking in on traffic, no major traffic concerns. We have some construction out there, obviously, but no traffic concerns whatsoever. See if I can show you my TDOT cameras. There we go. Missing one right now, but that's a live look at the TDOT cameras around parts of East Tennessee from Blount County to just outside of Anderson County, north of Knox County along the I-75 corridor. But again, traffic is running smoothly. I highlight this all because, well, I didn't forget about it. Today is Wednesday. Let's say good morning to Ed Rupp.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.
Oh, good old Debbie can finally take her shower. Isn't that a great thing? It's been a week or so, and it was quite a long time after that, after Ed left the TV station, but always nice to have Ed on the program. And if you ever see him out around town, just give him a high five, big old bear hug. Say, hey, man, I see you on East Tennessee Weather every Wednesday. Well, most Wednesdays, right, Lee? Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? Happy Wednesday to each of you, Brenda, to you, to each of us. And we got Kimberly joining us from New Tazewell. Good morning. Hopefully you have a good day. Let's see. Remember, it's an early release day, by the way, moms and dads, in Knox County schools. Last one of the year. Could they just do an early release day like the day before TCAPs start? That seems like it would make a little bit more sense. Let the kids just go home, relax, just do your things, play, and then we'll do TCAPs tomorrow. Seems to make a little bit more sense. Let's see, what time is it? 6:16? I don't know why I keep doing that. I have a clock literally right there on the screen, and I keep looking at the big old clock. Anyway, so again, don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. Scan the QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen if you're new to the platform. And remember, I'm broadcasting live right now on the East Tennessee Weather app. If you don't see me there and you open up the app, remember, you had to click somewhere else and then come back to the home page on the app itself or force close it, and then it will relaunch it. If you had opened the app recently before I launched the live, that's the kind of workaround. So you got to kind of work around a few of these things. Anyways, it's time to dance. It is time to dance. Shall we dance, my friends? And before we do so, I wanted to share my new camera in downtown Clinton. Look at that view right there. There's downtown Clinton. You got Hoskins. Anybody ever been to Hoskins? Hoskins in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. That's on the courthouse, the 911 center in downtown Clinton, and I can scan and move that around. You want to see something really cool before we get to the national holidays? Watch this. I've already set up a couple things. Maybe you saw it last night if you joined in on the evening program, because I actually highlighted that. But we were watching. Look at this. I can spin the camera around just like that. So that's the football and baseball stadium, and I was watching some of the baseball players and the football players playing yesterday. Come on, focus. Oh, now it looks like we got some cobwebs on there. There it goes. It's going to focus now. So that's a look at the football and baseball stadium. I can also track storms with this. I can look to the north and west in downtown Clinton. So if we've got storms moving just a little bit further to the west of you, I can track those in that viewpoint as well as soon as the camera focuses. But I also can point the camera to the southwest. That's looking towards, say, Knoxville. That's Aspire Park. That's the bridge that goes over from that crosses the river over into downtown Clinton. And that's where the storms will be coming from. So again, this view is going to be available to you on the East Tennessee Weather app as we get into, and probably as we wrap up the week and head into the upcoming weekend. I'm going to keep it there because I'm curious on to exactly where the sun comes up this morning. So maybe we'll have a nice little sunrise. I don't know if 100% if I'm pointed at the exact right location. So we'll have to see how that. I may have to point it a little bit further. I think I'm going to have to point a little bit further to the south from where I'm pointing now. But you know when you go into a community and sometimes you're like, okay, I'm turned around. Which way? South, north, east, west? What is it? Anyways, the music is over and I just wasted a bunch of your time. So let's go right along and talk about your national holidays for the day today. It is March 26th. So of course we're celebrating birthdays and events here today. So hopefully you have a good day today if it's your birthday. We also are talking about National Little Red Wagon Day. Did you ever have a little red wagon? A radio flyer? I'll tell you a quick story if you don't mind. I like to tell you about some adventures every once in a while, and I'll tell you about one. So, I had a really smart kid or neighbor. I had a really smart neighbor kid. Well, he just seemed smarter than me sometimes. But I was the more adventurous one. Anyways, long story short, we had a little red wagon, a radio flyer. My next door neighbors had a very steep driveway. They were out of town. So we were taking the wagon to the top of the driveway, which was not a very long driveway, but it was a steep driveway. Kept taking it to the top. We were riding it down the driveway. No helmets, of course. This is like the 80s, right? And so finally, after us riding it together and we separated our weight equally, I was like, dude, I want to do this by myself. So I did. And he goes, I wouldn't do that if I were you. By the way, we're talking about National Little Red Wagon Day. And he goes, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I said, why? He goes, well, by the time you get to the bottom of the hill and it flattens out, your force of your weight and energy is going to be flying forward and you're probably going to crash. And I said, nah, I'll lean back. I'll be fine. I'll put all my weight to the back. I'll be doing just fine. Well, lo and behold, I did exactly what he said I was going to do. And I went flying into the middle of the street, cracked my head open, didn't know how bad it was. And I was like, oh, I stood up and I was like, oh, that didn't feel good. You were right. I was like, am I bleeding? And I went like this and just blood was pouring down everywhere. Ended up having to get like 7 stitches in the top of my head. So Yale Diekman, big shout out to you, my childhood friend. You were right. And that was all done with a little red wagon. It's Epilepsy Awareness Day today. So wear your purple. I did not know about that. So otherwise I would have worn purple today. But Epilepsy Awareness Day, great thing. I've had a couple of friends that do have epilepsy and they take medicine for it. So they don't really have them anymore, but every once in a while they'll have a little episode. And so, yeah, it's a serious and can be a very serious thing as well. National Nougat Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. I love nougat. Anybody remember the old Heath bars? I'm sorry, not Heath bars. Oh man, now I'm going to forget the name. Peanuts and nougat. Oh, somebody throw that in the chat. Please tell me. I used to get it at the swimming pool every summer, every weekend. Not Heath bar. It's nougat and like peanut butters or peanuts. I'm sorry. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the chat. We'll see if you can figure it out for me. National Spinach Day. Anybody like spinach? I like spinach. Do you like wilted spinach? No, not so much. I will tell you who's got one of the best spinach salads in the world, and that would be Tomato Head. They put a nice warm poppy seed dressing on the spinach so it kind of wilts it, and then they top it with Benton's bacon. Now tell me that does not sound good, because that is good. Katrina, we've already started to dance. Well, welcome to the program. Inertia is amazing. Yes. That it is. It'll get you every time. Every time. And next time I see you, Mike, maybe I'll tell you my little red wagon story. Stitches were also involved. Payday? I suppose so. Mel? Oh. Let's see. When kids stop playing with Tonkas, red wagons, and what else you say? Occasionally bleeding is when this country was lost. Now, come on. I mean, for the most part, helmets are a good thing. You know, I never wore a ski helmet growing up, but now I wear a helmet. It became a trend. Now we wear helmets biking and stuff like that. I don't know. But the 80s kids, as I am, we were latchkey kids and our parents weren't around and we just kind of did whatever we wanted to do. Always home by dark, though. Always home by dark or for dinner. Always had dinner every night with my family. Let's see. Zero was good. Payday. No, not Payday. Okay, that's where you were saying Payday. Payday, no. Big Hunk. Big Hunk. I got it. It was Big Hunk. Did you ever eat Big Hunk? One of my favorite nougat candies, and I always make Christmas nougat candy with the little chewy drops, the gum drops, and then the nougat. So good. It's also Manatee Appreciation Day. If you're joining us from Florida, you got manatees there, so hopefully you have a chance to give a big shout out to the manatees today on their Appreciation Day. Appreciate what they are, I suppose. For those of you just now joining, we are heading back to our brand new East Tennessee weather camera. This is downtown Clinton, by the way. Pointed to the south and southeast, I think. Anyways, pointed to downtown Clinton. So if you're joining us from Clinton, you now have a live weather camera in your community to be able to track storms and check in on the weather. Be great for snowy weather and all kinds of different weather. Let's see. I know the meaning of what the nougat candy bar is. Bar in the swimming pools. I know the meaning of what the nougat candy bar in the swimming pools was. I have no idea what you're talking about. I feel like you're leading us to something, Nancy. Where are you going with that? And maybe it's not family friendly, and we'll just leave that right there. But I always, you always have wet hands from the swimming pool. And you open this big old thing of nougat. Big hunk is what it was. The weekend looks great. Goo Goo clusters. Those were pretty good. I'm not a big fan of peanuts, though, so... street lights were the signal to come inside if your sibling or mom and dad didn't call you. That was true. Absolutely. Those are all the things, right? When the street lights came on, you better be home, says Eva. If you are a generation of the 80s, an 80s kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We used to play tag on Friday nights and Saturday nights called Ditch 'em. And the whole neighborhood, well, not the whole neighborhood, but several streets in the neighborhood, all those things. The Pickle Festival, by the way, is the Barrel House by Gypsy Circus in Knoxville, Saturday, 11 to 6. Come try pickle drinks, enjoy the contest, and visit with over 40 vendors. So if you're looking for something to do on Saturday, the Pickle Festival is going on. Caddyshack. Well, you guys are awesome. Well, I do appreciate you joining me this morning. Again, I'll let you know when that camera is going to be, the downtown Clinton camera is up and running for your viewing from the East Tennessee Weather app. Don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. Listen, scan that QR code, check in on the platform every once in a while, like and share. Go subscribe to YouTube. Remember that it's going to be breezy today. Today's the coolest day over the next 7 days. And then a big old warm-up is on the way as we wrap up the week and head into the upcoming weekend. And then storms arrive as we head into our Sunday. Could see rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. Storms arrive on into our Sunday. If you're joining me from the East Tennessee Weather app itself, I will send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. So if you missed a little bit of the forecast, go open the East Tennessee Weather app right now. You'll see the forecast at the top. We'll wrap things up. I'll send the 24-hour channel to the app itself. But if you're joining me on Facebook and all other East Tennessee platforms, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We sure hope you have a great day.